Hey yo, Bay here, bringing you Captain Tsubasa once again for the third time today. I don't know. Whew, I'm tired. So, as I said in the previous video, there was a official club live broadcast, and in that broadcast, they announced more detailed information about the Dream Collection characters Owairan and Vulcan. Yeah. So let me go over these characters right now. So first, it's Owairan with S rank shooting skill, and these are the stats. Red is the offensive stats, blue is defensive, green is physical, and he could do OMF and DMF. And as it was written in the notice section, that his passive is what I forgot how it's called, but the less your stamina gets, you get more boost on the parameter. Yeah. So let's look into the details. Sorry, and this is Vulcan. Before I go on to the details, and this he can do forward and DF as always, but he's more weighted to defense. Look at his defensive stats. It's almost like 20k. So he's gonna be really strong defender finally. Unlike before, all the Vulcans were forward, more weighted on forward shooting stats, right? And his passive, as it said, is the more stamina you have, you get a boost on the skill power. Not the parameter this time, but skill power. So that's a bit different from Owairan. Owairan's boost was on the parameter, whereas Vulcan is skill power. Okay? So let's get into the details. Are they good? Is the question we all have. So his stats, as you can see, there's no more in-depth stats. So this is all you can know, all we can tell from at the moment. But his he can do OMF and OMF and DMF, which is in the global version AM and DM. So his stats are evenly balanced to everything. It's always like this for the midfielders, so it's okay. But what I found was interesting was, unlike before, although it's Dream Collection characters, it's like looking at Dream Fest characters' stats. It's really evenly balanced at a high level. So it's like It's like it makes me feel like I'm looking at a Dream Fest Matsuyama. Yeah, it's just like this, you know. Plus, so yeah, and he has as a main skill, he has S rank shot, sandstorm shot, and also he has as a sub skill A rank cross defense tackle skill, and also interception. So because he's a midfielder, he could do both. He could shoot, and he could also do tackle and interception from the beginning. And because there's so many raid and transfer characters other than this Owairan already, you could also bring other skills like A dribble, B raid, rolling shot, volley, and also you can bring pass, whether A or C, and you could also bring what else? Yeah. And you could also, if you have the past gacha limited Owairan, and you think you could just give the skill to him, you could also do, instead of using this A rank tackle, you could override it with S rank cross defense. Yeah. To make it even stronger. And there's also sliding block from another gacha limited Owairan, but since he's a midfielder, I recommend you to just go with tackle and interception rather than putting additional block, because he could do both offensive and defensive. If I were you, how I would make the skill, I would add pass and dribble. Yeah, so that he could do 3 offensive things and 2 defensive things. And I don't think you'll need block as a midfielder. Yeah. So what I would do is put A or C pass and dribble. A dribble. Yeah. And maybe if for those who have it, I would put S rank tackle instead of this A. Yeah, that's what I would do. And his passive is the less your stamina, you get a boost on parameters. So at the end, when your stamina is really low and you get the maximum boost 20%, everything will be around 20k. Everything. Whether offense, defense, physical, everything. So he's going to be a monster at the very end of the match. So that could be useful. You know, you can't really calculate this. It's hard, but time to time, I think you'll be in an occasion like that, situation like that. So when that happens, his whether tackle or interception or offensive, whatever, it's gonna be super strong, for sure. He might even be able to make shots, and this sandstorm shot will not lose momentum from shooting from distance. So, you know, maybe he might be the buzzer beater at the end when you're playing like a real close game. Yeah, so I think this is good. I think he's going to be very useful. His skill type, so those who are going with skill, it's going to be good. And since his skill type and the past Gacha Limited Owairan from skill had cross defense S, I think you don't have to hesitate to give that skill, even if you only have that Owairan. You don't have a dupe. Even if that's the case, I think if I were you, I would just overwrite this A rank tackle to that S rank. And last but not least, the team skill, it's not that good. It's skill type, all parameters 7%. So I don't think, yeah, that will be that useful, but it's okay. Yeah, because that's not what you have to look at for this character or all the Dream Collection characters that recently came out. So that's Owairan. And next is Vulcan. So is he good? Is he good? I would say, I personally think, I think this guy is better than Owairan. Reasons are, one, because he's really edgy on defense. Although he could do both forward and defense, I would use him, well, most of the people will probably use him as defense. And what makes him good even more is his passive. It's the same as Mueller, but the maximum is 20%. I mean the national team Mueller, and the more you have, the more stamina you have, the skill power will boost by 20%. And thanks to this, right? Even if you don't have enough black balls to raise your skills when you get this character, you could just use him right away. Yeah, because you'll get the 20% boost at the beginning for sure. Unlike Owairan, where I said it's hard to calculate because it's less the stamina, the more boost, right? But this guy starts with 20% boost. So what you can do is you could put Vulcan at the beginning for the first half and use him as much as possible. Use all the S rank tackles and blocks, and if you have like other skills like there's also high power tackle A from another Vulcan, or I forgot what, but there's so many Vulcans, but it's all shots mainly, or maybe there's some A rank dribble. Yeah, but mainly shots. So for this Vulcan, maybe you don't have to put anything. You don't have to teach any skills maybe. Yeah, you could just go right away with this. He has 2 S rank skills already, tackle and block from the beginning, and these will be boosted 20% at the start of the match. And he already has about 20k defensive stats, so he's gonna be a monster character at the beginning of the match. And if it really depends how the match goes, but if you think at the halftime his stamina is pretty low, then just trade it to someone else, you know? I think that's a great way to utilize him. Just go full power from the beginning, use all the S rank whenever you match up, and then, you know, if you at the halftime, if you think his stamina is too low, just change it, you know? I think that's the best way to use him. That means you'll be able to use full power Vulcan in the first half, and then whoever you change that Vulcan to, you'll be able to start off with full stamina. So it's gonna be really good. I think this Vulcan is gonna be really strong. For those who are using agility type, he's gonna be your starting lineup for sure. I would put him because of the great passive and super strong defensive stats. And by the way, you can't tell from this, but at the official live, the person said, although his offensive stats look low because it's 13k, but it's weighted on shot. That's what he said. It's weighted on shot. But I assume because it's only 13k, even though he says it's edgy on shot, I think it's probably maybe like 6,000 at max. Yeah, because if you take 6,000 for shot, he'll only have like 7,000 left, and if you share that 7,000 to pass and dribble, he'll only have like 3,500 or something each, right? I think that's around the max he'll probably get for shot. Yeah. So that's my opinion about him. I think you could just use him right away without even teaching anything because he already has tackle and block, and he doesn't have any interception from any other Vulcans. So yeah, I think that's how you should use him. Defender, and you should change him at the halftime if your stamina is low. Yeah. So that's about it for today. I can't tell you more in depth because this is all I know at the moment. So let's wait until tomorrow to see how it is precisely. But from what I see here, I think both these characters are super good, and especially Vulcan is good. Yeah. But Owairan is also good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's really good because, as I said, there's so many skills already from Raid and other characters. So you could just create Owairan, perfect Owairan right away and just use it. Yeah, as a midfielder, whether OMF or DMF. Yeah. So that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button to support me and subscribe if you haven't yet. And stay tuned for my future video. Thanks for watching and bye.